All right, good morning. What a lovely day, isn't it? So, Honorable Minister Shri Piyush Goyal, members of the ISB Board of Directors, faculty, alumni who are here, staff of course, media, but most important, the families and friends of graduating students and of course our students. And one community, when I say families of students, I must mention Student Spouses Association and the children here on the campus. Today is a very proud day for all of you. So a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You know, the graduation day for us is something very special. This is what we work for the whole year. And just like for you, it's also an emotional day for us. We've seen you come in. Those of you in PGP, we've seen you a year ago. The PGP Max students, they come and go, but we still see them come. We spend time with them. Sorry, not PGP Max, in fact. Same, basically you people come and you people go. What you don't see and what we see is the transformation in you. And believe you me, today you have not yet seen and fully understood the transformation that each one of you has gone through. And it's not just the faculty, it's not just the administration, your families have been very, very big support to you in this journey. So in an ISB tradition, I want all of you to rise, turn to your families and give them a big hand for your success, please. Thank you. I don't know why this thing is sliding down on me, but I'll try and manage with it. It's probably telling me I need to come a little closer. So, as I stand here, I can't believe that we are already 3 years young. I still remember the day when we inaugurated this campus and the enormous hopes, aspiration, and frankly anxieties we had. How will this be? How will it compare to Hyderabad? Will we do as well? How will the world accept it? And today, 3 years later, when I stand here, I'm amazed at how much the Mohali campus has become an integral part of what ISB is. Today, there is no difference whatsoever. In fact, over the last 3 years entirely, there has been no difference whatsoever between the kind of students we produced in Hyderabad and Mohali. Right? So that is something for which I must give credit to all of you who chose to come to Mohali and study here. Thank you very much for helping us make this a great success. If you look at the history of management education around the world in the last 130, 150 years, there has not been a single instance anywhere in the world where an educational institution has come into the top 20 or 30 in the world in a period of less than 10 years. We in ISB did. Something like that. But there is also no instance of a new campus starting in less than 10 years and that new campus becoming a huge success in a short period of 2 to 3 years. And for that, certainly you must give yourself a big hand. But in that process, I must admit that we also learned quite a few lessons. Building a campus is not like building a factory. Here, the machinery and the product is human. There are people with feelings, people with values, people with desires, people with ambitions, people with fears, anxieties. And you simply cannot create another institution just like that by importing machinery or importing raw material. It's a huge entire connect. It's finding the right people, it's finding the right kind of faculty to move. And therefore, in this short period when I look back, I do feel proud that we did a lot. And yet, this is just the beginning. You ain't seen nothing yet. Right? So, today we have a growing pool of PGP students. I'm delighted that we predominantly hosted MFAB here, and I think we'll continue to do that because we wanted you people to get a sense of both the campuses, but still make you feel closer to one. And I think, Mohali, I have to admit that, while I'm technically based in Hyderabad, I find the Mohali campus a lot more comforting, a lot more close-knit, a lot more... It is. And I've said that in Hyderabad too, so I'm not just making a political statement, right? So, a lot of the credit also goes to people beyond those who work in the school, and I want to start with that. I want to first of all thank the founder supporters of Mohali, who actually funded the 4 institutions. Sunil Munjal as the chairman of the MFAB is here, as is Rakesh Mittal, but also Analjeet and Atul Punj. Thank you guys for... I'm getting used to holding this with one hand, don't worry. I also want to thank the ISB board members and Adi and Pramatha here, because they also have contributed not just in terms of passion and commitment, but also in terms of enormous amount of funding to make this campus where it is. We all like to talk about governments and always blame the governments for things, but the government of Punjab here has been a huge supporter, as have been members of the Tri-City community to help build this campus. And for those of you who are here from the Tri-City community, thank you so much for being lovely partners in this growth of ours. Of course, the faculty, more especially the staff who work so diligently and so effortlessly, have a role to play. But I'm going to focus on the future. I'm going to focus on where we will be a few years from now. And all of that is going to be through the 4 institutes we have. We will continue with our PGP program, we will continue with our MFAB program, but we will bring many more other programs. So this will become a far more vibrant and a far more diverse ecosystem than it's been. We have already launched the management program in public policy, which has been a huge success. We have soft launch, and we'll now go in and further launch the program in manufacturing management. And pretty soon we will launch 2 more, one in infrastructure management and one in healthcare management. So we will have many more programs here, like MFAB. They will be part-time programs, but they will be rooted to this campus and its ethos of producing world-class thinking and world-class talent in healthcare, manufacturing, public policy and infrastructure. So a lot of that will happen. I want to take a quick minute to acknowledge some of the great work that many of you have done. Last year, of course, but it happened this year. Students from ISB won the International HULT Prize, which was a $1 million prize funded by the Clinton Foundation. And that project is already underway. Honorable Minister, this is the project to eliminate or reduce non-communicable diseases in urban cities, and they hope to reach at least 5 million people in the next 5 years. So this is the kind of thing that is exciting. I was mentioning to the Honorable Minister that some of the work that our faculty did in terms of looking at the minimum support price of rice and wheat and how that influences farmer behavior is another one. I was delighted to see that the research work that was done in our Center for Analytical Finance a few years ago on securitization of SME debt has found a place in this year's budget. The work that we do here in terms of the Big Leap Club is again another classic example of how we will help SME sector to do more work. We are working with the government of Punjab on the Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. The Punj Lloyd Institute is working on Smart Cities Initiative. And in the Bharati Institute, we are working with others on getting really the CSR management done. So a lot more will happen in this. Our students this year won the Economic Times Young Leaders B-School Edition, the CK Prahlad Case Competition, the KPMG National Competition, the Franklin Templeton Stock Pitch, Deloitte Mavericks. I could go on and on, but I'll stop there. Right? You did a great job on Bandhan. Artha was a huge success. The ISB Leadership Summit this year was done on both campuses, was a big success. ISB Super League, Advaita, Mercado, Iksha, Joython, TEDx. I mean, again, the enormous, what we don't realize is that in addition to studying and burning the midnight oil, as you said, we also do a lot of other things, all voluntary activities, and I'm grateful to you for that. Two of the MFAB students, Shreya Siroya and Shreya Bajaj, participated in Precipice 2014, an international management force fest, and secured the first position in a global. Congratulations. Right. I also want to thank all of you again. The PGP class, both in Hyderabad and Mohali, the MFAB class and the PGP Max class have made generous donations to ISB for a variety of causes. I'm particularly thrilled that you have chosen to go over small expectations and put it for the greater good. And I really appreciate what you people have done. As I told you yesterday, this is your school. We are only trustees of this school. It's your school. I do encourage you to continue to support the school actively. And therefore, I'll end up with 3 requests to all of you. The first is whatever you do it to your best ability. I hope that we have taught you to pursue excellence in this school. And I ask each of you to continue the tradition of pursuing excellence throughout your lives and careers. You owe it to yourselves, to the school and to your families. That's number 1. Number 2, I ask you to establish and continue to strengthen your link with the school. You've had a great experience, talk about it. Let the world outside know what a great experience you've had. That way we get equally good students in the future. And that way we perpetuate the excellence that this school can offer. There are times when somebody says, people are much quicker at saying negative things, but people who have had good experience do not speak about it, do not come. And today, especially in the social media age, I ask all of you to be active, to be honest, but to talk about the good things that you did. And third, and most important, I ask each one of you, in fact, I demand from each one of you that you lead your lives to the highest standards of ethics and values. It is up to each one of us to not just pursue our own material gains, but to be positive contributors to the society we live in. And that was why we wanted to get a chief guest today like Shri Piyush Goyal. He, like you, has been a professional, but he has dedicated his life for the betterment of society. And it's simply not right that we sit in our air-conditioned comfort and critique the government and say, oh, they should have done this or they should have done something. it is time for each one of us to stand shoulder to shoulder with the government for the greater good of this society and of the world. So I ask each one of you to be those real change agents in this world. God bless you. Once again, congratulations. Thank you.